Hi guys, I'm Aspen from GameU, and today I'm going to show you how to animate a 3D Among Us character in 7 easy steps using Blender. Let's get started! Okay, so the first step that we're going to do is we are going to get an armature or our skeleton inside of our Among Us character. So we just got to go up to Add, Armature, and you can see the bones kind of in the middle, and I can't see them through the character. So I'm going to come over here to the little green stick man, viewport, display, and in front. Now I can see him all the time. I'm going to go to the front view, and I'm just going to move it into place. Alright, step 2 will be adding more bones. So we can't just have this one bone be the entire setup of our rig for our skeleton. He needs multiple bones so he can be set up correctly and be able to walk around. So I'm going to scale this bone down. This is going to be our main bone. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this into edit mode. I'm going to click on the top little ball of that bone and extrude up and get 2 more. I want 3 bones in total. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to pick on the bottom bone again and extrude to the right this time. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab this bottom bone here and extrude to the right this time. Just 1 for a hip and then 1 down for a leg. And I'm going to do that on the other side. So go out and down. Great, now I have a lovely skeleton. I'm going to move my camera around, make sure it's in there all properly. If I move to the right view, I can see that this bone here, it's a little too much in the front here. I gave my character a little bit of a lean, so I'm just going to go ahead and move it with the lean of my character. Awesome, so step 3 now is to make sure that the skeleton and the skin are bound together. So that kind of sounds a little funny, but what that just means is that when our bones move, our mesh, our Among Us character is going to move. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my character, and then I'm going to go ahead and shift select my bones, hold down right click, and say parent with automatic weights. Now it doesn't look like it did anything quite yet, but if I take everything into pose mode and click on a bone and use the rotate tool, I should be able to move my character's legs. So now step 4, we're going to start animating. So all I'm going to do is move up this lovely timeline. And the only things I'm really going to move to begin with are these legs. So we're going to do this in 20 frames. So the first one that I want to do, I want to have this bone stay in its static pose. We want our Among Us character to stay static. So I'm going to just go ahead and hit S, and you can see a little diamond showed up here in the bottom left. That's my first keyframe. So next I want my character to move forward. So I'm going to move the timeline up to about 7. So I'm going to move my timeline up to about 7. And I'm going to then rotate my leg to take a step forward and hit S so it puts a keyframe there. I'm then going to go to frame 14 and bring it back down, kind of like how it was in the static pose. Not going to go back all the way just yet. I'm going to hit S and make that keyframe. And then I'm going to come up here to frame 20 and I'm going to then move my leg all the way back. So it looks like I'm going to come up here to about 25 or 26 and then move this leg on the red back down to its static position. And these are going to be all the keyframes I'm going to use. So now if I hit play and start my timeline from the beginning, my character did a little walk, but we have all this extra room here and the other leg didn't do it. So step 5 would then be doing it on the other leg. Now when you walk, your legs go opposite of each other. So starting out, of course, on frame 1, this leg is going to stay the same. So we're going to hit S right away. And then we're going to come up to frame 7. And you can see that we have our first leg going up. So that means this leg is going to be going backwards. We're gonna hit S, and we're gonna come back up to 14. And we're gonna move this leg back down to its static position. We're gonna go up to frame 20 and move this leg up because our other leg is back. And then we are gonna go ahead and go to frame 25 and put our leg back down. Awesome. So now you can see we have a little fun walk animation to make it cycle through. We'll go ahead and just make our timeline start at 1 and end at frame 25. So now if I hit play, our character starts to do a little walk. And if you want to add something a little bit extra in there, for step 6, we would go ahead and on frame 1, we would take this middle bone and hit S for a keyframe. On frame 7, we would rotate our guy to look one direction, probably the way our leg is sticking up. On frame 14, we would switch it to go the other way since the other leg is sticking up. So on frame 20, we'll look the other way because our other leg is going up. And hit keyframe. And then we want to make sure that at frame 25, we're booking back at the center here. And then we can hit play and he looks like he's really walking. And then step 7 is just to simply make sure we can't see these bones anymore. We're going to turn off the in front down here at the bottom. And we have a walking among us character.
If you want to learn more about 3D modeling and animating, you can sign up for classes with us at game-u.com. And if you want to see more of our videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks, and see you next time.